Hello, my name's Kathleen. I'm one of the spirit operators. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome. Today we're taking a look at the God realm. So, I've done a couple of videos about past lives, and we've had countless past lives. One of the places that we can take rebirth in is the God realm. We can take rebirth in the future there, and we've lived there before. We have no memory of it, well, at least most of us have no memory of living there. But the God realm is one of the places that we can take rebirth within the cycle of uncontrolled rebirth. We have no control over where we're going to take rebirth in our next life, what realm we're going to be in, who we're going to be. So that's something that we're trying to work on in this lifetime, is to get out of that cycle. But for this video, we're just going to take a look at the God realm and what that entails. So that's the highest realm you can take rebirth in. It's considered the highest. It has the least amount of suffering when they're alive. Okay, when they are a god. They have less suffering than we do. They have better conditions than we do. The God realm is made up of 3 different sections. So the lowest section is the desire realm gods. The one above that is the form realm gods, and the one above that is the formless realm gods. So we've lived in all 3 of those realms previously. So we'll start with the lowest realm, and that's the desire realm. And those gods have beautiful bodies and gorgeous consorts. They have palaces. They have a really easy life. They can just go around and enjoy themselves, fill their lives with pleasure. However, they do get bothered by the demigods, and that's the realm just below them. The demigods are super jealous of the gods and are always fighting with them because they can see what they have and they want it, but they can't have it because they weren't reborn in the God realm, so they are constantly fighting the gods. So that's something that they have to put up with. And the gods in the God realm, the desire gods, can get attacked by the demigods and can get killed in battle. So that's something that's possible. So they may be up there for a very short time. Now, depending on the amount of good karma they had, because it takes a huge amount of positive good karma to be able to take rebirth in this realm. And so depending on how good they have it, when they take rebirth there, they have different status. So there are, as we said, there's the 3 different realms, right? So the higher up you go, the better karma you have. But within those realms, they can have different amounts of karma. So that some of them will be weaker or considered lower gods. And then there will be higher, more powerful gods. And so the lower ones will be really jealous of the higher up gods. And they will just be depressed and tormented at the fact that what they have isn't as good as what the higher gods have. They also have to worry that if the higher gods and the stronger gods want something that they have, then they'll just take it from the weaker gods. So if they have like a consort that the god wants, they're just going to take them from them, or some sort of possession. And so the lower level or the lower status gods just have a hard time because they're always worried about those sorts of things happening to them. So it's not like a perfect realm because they're still trapped, the same as us, in the uncontrolled rebirth. So then we take a look at the form realms, and they're higher than the desire realm, but not as high as the formless. And they have a downfall in that, they're just spending all their time pursuing pleasure, just distracted, and they waste their life. They don't engage in any spiritual practice whatsoever. Most likely the desire realm gods don't either, or they would rarely do that, because I think some of them would just think that this is the highest realm, and I guess it would kind of be like they think they're in heaven and they're always going to have it this good, and they're not. So they don't engage in spiritual practice. They don't do anything to increase their merit, to increase the amount of good karma that they have. They can't be bothered. They're too busy trying to be happy all the time and fill their lives with pleasure. So then above that we have the formless realm gods, and they have the longest lifespan in the higher realms. But they are sort of in a sleepy state. They're not really aware of much that's going on at all. They're pretty sleepy and just sort of there. Anyway, so it sounds like, well, that seems better than a human life, right? And it can be. However, the thing that really makes it stand out that no, you don't want to take rebirth there, is when it comes to death. When the gods are going to die, they suffer greatly. We're lucky. It doesn't sound like it's lucky, however, most of us die within a relatively short time compared to the gods, for sure. So, the span of our death is fairly short. But for a god, their dying process can take anywhere from 300 to 1,000 of our years, and they suffer greatly. They develop body odor, which they didn't have before, and the other gods shun them. They don't want anything to do with them. They are outcasts. Their appearance becomes dull and unattractive. And they also realize and they see where their next rebirth is going to be. So for the 300 to 1,000 years, they know where they're going. And because it took so much of their good karma to take rebirth in the God realm in the first place, and they didn't do anything to increase their good karma, they only have one direction to go, and that's down. And so they see where they're going to end up, and they're just miserable and suffering. So it's not like the ultimate, this is what you want to strive for in life, is to take rebirth in the God realm. What we really need to be looking at and trying for is to get out of this cycle of uncontrolled rebirth. So, like us, I said before, they're trapped in this cycle. We're trapped in this cycle. So if we choose to worship any of the gods in the god realms, we're limiting our ability to make spiritual progress. We're limiting and probably hindering our ability to get out of the cycle of uncontrolled rebirth if we're just worshiping a god who is stuck in here like us. There's only so much we could learn from them. They can't teach us how to get out because they don't know, because they're still stuck here. So we have to be really, really careful of who we look to, who we're worshiping. Now, it depends on what your goals are. I mean, some people, I guess, their goal is to take rebirth in the God realm. They can't see or think beyond that. And so it's everyone's choice what to do, but you need to be aware that you're greatly reducing the extent that you could go, how much you could advance with your spirituality if you're worshiping someone who is trapped in this cycle. So I've learned about the God realm through searching for spiritual truth, trying to find the answers to life. Like, there's got to be more to this than what I'm experiencing. Because I've felt that way since a teenager. So I have been looking for the answers. And so I found this information, and I am the type of person, this just for me, but I have to know, I need to know, I need proof. I need proof about these things. And luckily, I have actually visited the God realms. I'm not sure. I know I've been to the formless God realm. I think I've been to the form God realm, and I might have been to the desire God realm. I have bad habit sometimes of not asking enough questions. Hey, where am I? But during shamanic journeys, I've actually been able to get up there. I've been taken up there, and I have interacted with some of the beings in these places. So for me, I know it's real and true because I have visited them, and all I can say is that I would hope that you would take the time to try to find out for yourself, that you would engage in a spiritual practice so that you can get out of the uncontrolled rebirth cycle that we're all stuck in, because really that's the ultimate goal of life. So yeah, I don't feel hypocritical teaching about the God realm because I have experienced that for myself, and so I feel like that it's okay for me to share this then. But it's up to you and what you want to do with your life, and just how far you want to get with your spirituality. And I would really hope that you would want to reach the ultimate goal and escape from the cycle of uncontrolled rebirth. Okay, if you have any questions, anything you want to discuss, please let us know in the comments. If you're interested, Spirit Operators has a website, NeoCities. We do a blog. There's two of us doing a blog on there. There's other things on there as well. There's a little Easter egg on there if you're interested. So that's something that if you'd like to follow us there, take a look at it, that would be fantastic. The link should be in the description below, and I hope it works. And also we're on Bluesky, so you could always join us on there as well. So I hope you found this informative and helpful. Thank you so very much for watching. See you later.